Hello there guys, Bilbo10000 here, bringing you another episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. This is episode 10, and in this episode, we're going to take on the class trial to determine who killed Chihiro Fujisaki.
Ahem, so is everyone ready to...
Oh. Are we missing someone? Oh, we're missing Kyoko. Oh, not Kyoko, Toko. I thought I couldn't see Kyoko, but Toko's not here instead. Toko is like in her room or something, isn't she?
Come on!
Yeah, that nut job. She's a crucial part of the class trial this time. Okay, good to know.
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out of here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
And just like that, he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him. Oh boy. Oh, she does not want to come along. I told him, but I didn't want to, but he forced me. Yeah. Oh, she is angry. Okay. Let's go. Let's go into the courtroom. Shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. So we can chat with a few people. Alright, let's go Mondo first.
Hey, come on.
Fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? Celeste. There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. Byakuya? I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far logic can take you. Toko. Screaming. I guess I'll talk to Kyoko as well. Not Sakura.
Well, then.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual. Sakura? Sayaka?
Shall we go?
Kyoko? Yeah, let's go. Let's just get in. Let's just go. We have no choice, right? We have to do this. Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster, and as soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Damn, so many of us that aren't here anymore. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds, deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. And the courtroom got a slight change of place. Like, it looks a bit nicer. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's just get over it. Let's get going. Let's get going.
Thrills, chills,
Kills! And so the curtain opened once again. Okay, I am not reading this again. A deadly judgment, deadly class trial. Okay. I'll save it as chapter 1, that's fine. Alright, opening handbook. Let's see if we've got any skills that we can set. I don't think we do. Other than the skills that we already have, we've got Melodious Voice set, and I think that's the only one we have. So let's just get straight into it then, shall we? All rise.
Let's begin.
Just gonna skip Monokuma's explanation.
Okay, let's talk about the murder weapon.
The murder weapon. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. It was the dumbbell. That was pretty obvious. I don't think there was any doubt that it was the dumbbell that was in the locker room. None at all.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
That is correct.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument.
Yes.
What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Do I want to shoot that or do I want to shoot
an
another
iron
one?
pipe.
No. No, I clicked off the frigging thing.
That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Damn it.
Like Chihiro.
Okay, so shift is not control. Oh. Okay, I know where I need to hit it. I have to hit
According
the
to
iron
Monokuma
pipe.
file, what kind of blunt? I bet
It was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Bitch. You fucking stoner? No, you're wrong. You're never right. I don't think he's ever
Can we
right.
agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Mm-hmm.
It was covered in blood. and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
True.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As
Just
far as I'm
dumbbell-shaped
concerned,
hole in the
there's no
head.
mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
What else would you do? It's an investigation.
Yay! That's so creepy!
When your life is on the line, you do what you must.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous
Genocide
act
Jack,
is
I
already
know.
quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
And it's obvious that Toko is probably Genocide Jack because she's like,
Genocide Jack, I can't control it.
a new element has been added to non-stop debates. No, I really don't want to hear about it. Let's get straight into it. It's probably white noise, I'd like to say. We want the Genocide Jack case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack.
Yep, it's
I'm
the
sure.
white noise. You
Case
right-click it and
closed,
shoot it.
as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why?
How is it impossible?
What makes it
Nina?
impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Yeah, there is.
No,
That's wrong! There's complete proof, but I'm the only one that got to see it because Byakuya was like, bitch, you can see.
Might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
You mean Byakuya gave you the file?
I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Okay.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
Ooh.
According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
It's the suspension. How the victim was positioned.
I got it!
I got it!
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other
Yep.
than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
Exactly.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
That I can
So,
agree with.
How did the culprit know
But it
about
was
this
suspended
when only
with a
high-level police
plug.
officials were aware
So
of it?
Byakuya is really suspicious right now. He could be framing Genocide Jack.
There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Just pointing that
Genocide
out.
Jack's
It's
true
Toko.
identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
One with a split personality.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle.
It does seem like a riddle, but it's... Oh god, it's a Hangman's Gambit. I know it is. Fuck. It's split personality. Or at least I hope split personality is the word I have to find. I don't know what word I'm finding. Like split personality? Schizo. She's a fucking schizo. Schizophrenia. Jesus. Okay, now I get it. Okay, where's the O? I need my O. Oh my god, the second game's Hangman's Gambit was so much better than this. There we go.
Now
I understand. He understands
Is it
now.
because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
That is correct, Makoto. Well done.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too.
Yep.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go in...
Shut up.
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Yeah, she does have a split personality, you gotta admit that. Her behavior changed.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Ew. She kind of went a bit different. Very different, actually. I'm just gonna skip this.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
True.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
That's true, she would have fainted again if
In
she'd
other
woken up and
words,
seen it.
within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yes. No, do I need to see her again, like, doing that? I don't. I don't need to.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in.
It was to keep Genocide
her other
Jack from getting
personality
out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
Because she loves she just loves him.
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Oh, and she's pissed because he's just blabbed her secret. She told him that, like,
This
as
is
a promise.
all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story.
That is true.
I didn't ask you to.
You don't come to Byakuya with your tragic little stories because he puts them on the
real
internet and
world,
puts them on
not some
4chan.
romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Apparently Genocide Jack killed them. There is something that I find a bit interesting, though. Obviously, I played the game before, so I'm saying this just to confuse you guys.
Kept my promise.
But there was just something
Go
off
out
about the
with me.
pictures in the file compared to Chihiro's body, so
That's
just keep
the
that in
only
mind.
reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well,
No,
the
she
opening
doesn't.
act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Oh no. Oh no. It lunged backwards. A huge third echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second, get ready, guys. Prepare yourself. Oh, fuck no.
Hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
Welcome, Genocide Jill.
Yes. What the heck?
I wouldn't want to be standing next to her
Figured it
either.
out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
She's pretty much the ultimate serial
I'm
killer.
the ultimate murderous
Oh,
fiend,
well, there you go.
Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality.
That's true.
So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's insane and I love it.
She's so intense.
Like they say, Sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
I agree.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
Ooh.
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
She's insane, but in a good way, I think. She knows what she's talking about. That's the interesting part. This is beyond insane, yeah.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true.
Uh.
How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Oh.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Okay.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
Okay, yeah, bit too insane for my liking.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be
And
revealed.
Toko's could have been Genocide Jill.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Oh.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre
But if
fashion.
she's not the culprit, the only other person that knows about this sort of stuff is Byakuya.
Maybe so, maybe
And then
so,
there's the
but
plug that was
nevertheless,
used to
it's the
wrap
truth.
Chihiro on top of the suspending thing. That was from the lamp in the library.
Do you really expect any of us to
Byakuya,
believe you?
you bitch!
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
I believe her. We need more details. Let's get back into another non-stop debate. Okay, I think we need the status of the body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Yes.
If you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
Oh, here we're going.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Doesn't.
No,
That's wrong. Fuck you, Byakuya, you lying bitch.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Well, let me tell you. Please.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
One clear difference is the victim's fatal injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
Multiple stabbings
According
with
to the
scissors.
case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right? Ah, yes. Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
Exactly.
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message
Stop
is the tortellini,
doing cooking!
then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
What the
Could you
hell?
please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, Hero. It's the only time in the game I'm ever going to agree with you, but I agree with you. Please stop.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
The second difference is related to how she was suspended. What was used to suspend
got
her?
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up.
It wasn't
on her
rope, it's
wrists.
cord.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
The scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional.
I just
so
love that.
naturally
I'm a
I'm very
professional.
picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac.
Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
Yep.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Well, it's actually pretty easy. Basically, Chihiro was a girl, and Genocide Jack only kills guys.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were males. Ken Harada, Tetsuhiro Honda, Shoji Gaku, Kano Asai, Takeshi Yoshi. Oh, he should go a 14-year-old? That's disgusting. Don't like that.
They were all guys?
Yes.
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Oh.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Oh, God.
The hell is wrong with you?
Everything? She's a serial killer?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy
Oh, God!
now, and the movie side of me just hates it!
Did she just say that? I forgot she said that. Oh, no.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
Oh, she is fucking insane.
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much
God,
passion
that was
and
beautiful.
conviction to cross that line.
That was
That's
beautiful.
The absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it.
She's like,
You've
go
clearly
Yaoi!
explained your
And Toko's
hobby
like,
and your
no!
philosophy. But that's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
Get fucked.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
A man.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Wait for it.
Scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There's still not many in the school.
Are you sure about that?
She has them on her the whole time.
She's fully equipped.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
Shit.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the
That's
question
true.
anyway.
That's actually a very valid point. I can't tie a knot either, so.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
I know you're a bit conflicted, Taka. But yes, she's probably innocent. Because she's the first suspect of the trial, which means she's always going to be innocent.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
There is one person. Guess who it is, guys? Where is he? Where is he? There you are.
Here's my answer.
It's you!
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records.
That's
Plus,
true.
you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
He might have.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
No, no, don't
No,
fucking move on.
Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
He's enjoying
Then
this.
I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
When you dragged me
Looking back,
into your
the way you
investigation,
were
maybe?
acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Oh yeah, of course, he just went straight for the girls' room. Yeah, let's start with the girls. Just went straight to
You
it.
wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But we didn't know Chihiro was dead at the time.
Nothing strange about that.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead. Share.
A clear contradiction. Chihiro, we didn't know Chihiro was dead at that point. That was before the body announcement happened. Bitch, you're gonna get fucked.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Yes,
But he was acting weird... how?
he was being
If you're
Byakuya.
presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room, you up.
Bye.
That's a natural reaction.
Bye.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So
That's
of
true.
course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, so I do have to shoot Byakuya's thing. Being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction there. Yeah.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural. The
Victim
Was Chihiro.
who was a girl.
Oh, I know exactly what I have to do. I have to absorb the bullet.
You said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we... But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's
Absorbing
a natural.
bullets means you absorb the bullet and you use that bullet to fire at something else.
No, that's wrong.
So like, before we found the body, the victim was Chihiro.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Ha!
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
He's really egging me on. That's the interesting bit. He doesn't care.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incident. The proof you're looking for is hidden in...
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
I don't think he's the culprit. He's acting too innocent, and he seems like too important of a character out of everyone to die. Like, there's so many people who could die before him. Once again, I know what happens, I'm just saying this to mess with you. Haha. It will be the library desk lamp.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it? When I want to kill, I use my berry, and I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Yep.
But Chihiro was...
It was some kind of rope.
That's right. It absolutely was.
Then there must be something very
Sticky keys,
fishy
no.
indeed about.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Boom. No, that's wrong. Bitch. Bitch tits, McGee.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Oh.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you?
Well done,
and the
Makoto.
same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and
Oh,
wrote
he's
that
gonna say,
bloody
but how
message.
did I get into the girls' locker room? Gone.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He
Okay.
kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
But he'd be much cleverer about this. He wouldn't... Like, this is a clever plan. But I feel like Byakuya would be able to get away with it.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
What? Yeah, it's the fact that the scene of the crime.
I got it!
He can't be in the girls' room.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments,
Byakuya,
this
shut
is a
the
true
fuck up, you
letdown.
little bitch. I'm right.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason
The
for saying
painting
all
with the
that.
blood, the swapped pictures, the carpet with the protein
I
shaking the
believe
blood.
I do.
Yeah, I just took him off guard.
Hey, don't just move on without permission.
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows it took somewhere else. Need to focus on the things that got switched. Okay, first things first. Let's take a look at the locker room posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Exactly.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
I agree.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of again. That doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Protein coffee? While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
It was moved. Let's just get the boys' locker room carpet.
I got it!
Boom.
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
I'd know that stain anywhere.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
The rooms were
But
switched.
Why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, In order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
Yeah.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually,
that is true.
An even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Kyoko! Kyoko, would you like to answer that?
You
Kyoko.
have to swipe your e-handbook across
Kyoko.
Chihiro's handbook.
Kyoko.
Should have only allowed her access to the
Come on,
girls'
Kyoko,
locker
Deus Ex
room.
Machina,
She
please.
had no way to get into the
Kyoko.
boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it
Oh,
was.
fucking hell, he's
I
fucking
highly doubt-
aliens!
Shut up! I'm telling you,
No. I can safely say Yasuhiro is wrong. That's obvious. I mean, it could be the broken
Is it
e-handbook.
really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten it?
She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer.
That's
after
impossible.
all. I'm sure that would have been no.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in.
Huh? What thing?
Yeah, she could
I'm
use one of
talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No,
She had that.
Leon's handbook
She
was the
could get into
broken one, wasn't
boys'
it?
locker room, no problem.
Leon's handbook was the
Could
broken one.
Chihiro really?
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have.
Come on.
No, I don't. She used the thing.
Huh? What?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook.
Leon's handbook was broken.
No,
Can't be
that's wrong.
used. It could be anything else, but it can't be Leon's handbook.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
But could... Wait, no, because the other two were the
I'm
girls.
struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's
Only
handbook?
people that are alive.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked her.
Psst. You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
Yep.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
Doubt
It
it.
seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room.
Kyoko, come
Okay,
on.
then. I vote for Byakuya.
No, it's not. It wasn't. It's not it.
Hold on a second.
Thank you, Kyoko. Took you long enough.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
Hey, do not badmouth Kyoko. She is the best.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
what?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Okay.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Yay.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
That is a creepy way
I
of
have
saying
no
it.
doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
I mean, I know the twist. Kyoko knows the twist. Monokuma knows the twist. And he knows what she's going to show us. And it's going to be interesting. For those of you that won't expect this, it's going to be kind of hilarious.
The girls' locker room?
Yep.
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Check it again.
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully.
No.
No, wait.
No, you know.
It's probably...
It's not that I'm creeped out or in.
very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her, so just leave this to me.
I agree.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around!
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Oh.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
There are two things she could have found right now, and either one of them is kind of hilarious.
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible. This girl is...
Is what?
Is a boy!
Dun dun dun! Chihiro was a boy the entire time! I totally didn't slip up on that 2 episodes ago.
Was actually a he.
What? You're joking, right?
Nope.
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
If they want to test it, use Chihiro's handbook on the thing on the side, on the boys' locker room.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Oh god.
He was a cross-dresser?
God damn it!
Really on fire!
Damn it, Jill.
Had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Kyoko knew this the whole time.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.